Well, Joanne and Diane, I can tell you this tape was very disturbing. I heard the confession on the tape. You can clearly hear the suspect say he stabbed his victim. Now that suspect, who has not been named yet, is here at the Royal Oak Jail.
This is nothing we could have ever expected or anticipated.
Kevin Charles was apparently living with the killer for several days and didn't know it. Charles says his friend told him on tape that he killed 41-year-old Renee Chupik here at her apartment in Royal Oak.
I could tell that he was not acting himself. He normally has a pretty vibrant personality and was acting withdrawn. And, you know, I confronted him about it, and at that point he laid out the details of what had occurred over this past weekend.
Charles wouldn't go into details of how the killing took place, but on the tape, the suspect can be heard saying he stabbed Chupik.
I was immediately in shock and didn't know how to handle what was going on. Sitting next to your friend who you find out is a suspected murderer, and having someone confirm that to you is a very shocking thing.
Charles lives in this Clinton Township neighborhood. Police came here last night and arrested his friend after Charles reported the confession.
Basically, I said I was going for a walk and notified them and came back and made sure he was in the vicinity until they could get out here.
And because of the ongoing investigation, we are not releasing all of the details that we heard on that tape. And we're also not showing the mugshot or a picture of the suspect until police and prosecutors officially name him. Reporting live in Royal Oak, I'm Tom Wade, Channel 7 Action News.
You know, Tom, you mentioned they were friends, but do we know anything more about the relationship between the suspect and the man who turned him in?
Right. Okay, so the suspect and the victim had the on-again, off-again relationship. We do know that. And then the suspect and the guy who recorded the confession, this guy actually had, you just saw him, Kevin Charles, he has surveillance cameras inside of his home, and he was using those cameras to secretly record the confession. He asked him again, had him repeat it. As far as their relationship, apparently the suspect had flown into town from out of town and stayed there for a few weeks. He had been there for a few weeks when this all happened.